Welcome everyone to the Castle Dark presentation here at Midsummer Scream 2024. Everybody excited? I have to be honest, I put notes together, now I can't see them. So if I get lost halfway through, just kind of bear with me. And I saw a guy with a pitchfork, so I gotta be careful here. Alright. So who was here last night? Who stayed till closing? And then who was here 2 hours early this morning to be the first one in through the doors? Who got here 2 hours early to get a good parking space? I just left my car and Ubered home. Well, welcome again. My name is Randy with the Funnel Cake blog, if you're not familiar with the Funnel Cake blog. We cover theme parks, Halloween events, and seasonal activities all across Southern California on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and all the others. It takes a lot to do all those social media sites all the time, but I'm up all hours of the night posting so you can see everything. We're here to talk about Castle Dark today. Castle Park opened in 1976. Who's been to Castle Park during the day? Castle Dark at night? Well, I love Castle Park. If you're not familiar with the history, like I said, it opened in 1976. It was built by Bud Hurlbut. And if you know Bud, he built the log ride, mine ride, and brought a lot of other attractions to Knott's Berry Farm. The antique car ride, the carousel, so we can thank him for a lot of the attractions at Knott's and of course Castle Park. So he went out to Riverside in '76, built the park, brought some attractions with him, including the antique car ride, which is still at Castle Park today. He was also a lover of trains and built trains at theme parks all over the country. And 2 of them are still in operation today at Castle Park, so you got to go check out those trains when you're there. So we won't want to take up too much time about myself. I want to bring out the crew here from Castle Park. First up, we have Patty coming out. She is one of the performers at Castle Park, and she does a lot more at the park, but we'll learn a little bit more about what you do and how long you've been there and your family history with haunting in just a moment. Next up, we have Andrea. The marketing director at Castle Park. Welcome. Next, we have Colton Bierman. He is a... So I can't even see if they're back there. They might have gone scared and left. So there we go. All right. And Joseph and Chuck. Now, I always get nervous with Joseph because the first time I interviewed him, I called him David Archuleta. So, which you laugh, but he has a really good Christmas album. We were singing the song earlier. So I said if the presentation didn't go well, I was just going to sing David Archuleta Christmas songs for an hour. All right, well, let's get started. Patty, do you want to tell us a little bit about your history with the park, what you do currently? I know you have a long family history with haunting.
Yeah, and it's getting longer as the days go on. So I am a mother of 4, and 2 of them are in the audience here. My husband and I have been married for over 32 years, and that's relevant, you'll see why. And I got started in haunting just because my 2 youngest ones wanted to go see a scare zone or a maze or something. They were little. Excuse me. And honestly, I didn't want to spend the big bucks. Castle Park was very affordable for me at the time. And so I took them and took all of us. They had a special, sometimes they run some really good deals, so check that out. We went, and of course they didn't go in any of the mazes, barely took pictures with any of the creatures. And I sat there staring at them going, wait a minute, they're dressed up, they're having fun, they're getting paid to do this. I think I want to do this. And so I did. That was 2019. So fast forward 2021, I auditioned in costume, got hired on the spot for Streets, absolutely loved it. Halfway through that season, some people stopped showing up. And they said, hey, do you know anybody that can come? And I'm like, yeah, my husband could come on the weekends. Introduced my husband. The following year, my next daughter, our son isn't in this. He's like, nah, I don't want to do that. Our oldest daughter, I said, oh, you need a job, come audition. She auditioned, and after the haunt season, she actually stayed, and she works ride operator there too. And then last season, brought another one of our daughters, and come audition, need a job. So at the time, there's 4 of us haunting, and we're also part of the production team. And then once November hit, our youngest was old enough to come be a performer in the park. But the haunting part of it is amazing. I have learned so much behind the scenes, and it's taught me to go just a little bit further and repurpose items that I have at home for decorations. And it's always fun making costumes and things like that.
And if you've been to Castle Dark in the past, we may know you as...
Phones.
And some exciting news you'll hear first here today. would you like to introduce your new character for Castle Dark
I
2021?
will. You'll be seeing more of her tomorrow. But if you stop by our booth to get any of the cards yet, any of our trading cards, I am the witch this year.
Did you ever think you'd be a trading card when you started at Castle Dark?
I never thought I'd be a trading card. I was like, my kids too, I go, they're making trading cards, I'm gonna be on a trading card!
Well, very cool. So I think, Joseph, you'll mention that if you come into Castle Dark, a certain number of people each night will get a trading card.
Yes, if you, the first 200 entering each night will get a randomized system of trading cards. Gotta collect them all.
Show up early like you did today. All right, next, Andrea, Director of Marketing at Castle Park. You're new to the staff. Been here just a short amount of time, so welcome. I know you're very nervous.
Yeah.
And you get a little scared. We tried to get her to go through Hall of Shadows last night, through some of the mazes, and it's going to be a fun season, but we're going to get her through there.
Yeah, I've been at the park for just about 2 months now, so I'm fresh meat. And I actually come from weddings and events and catering, so this is a little bit different. Although weddings can be a horror show, so it's not different. But yeah, it's been great. I'm the marketing and sales director there, and getting to see, like Patty said, everything behind the scenes has been really cool. My mom is a costumer, so seeing everything that the costuming team creates is just so amazing. And yeah, you probably won't see me in the mazes though, I'll be honest. But I am excited to introduce everything to you guys today.
Well, welcome. Thank you. And we're going to get you through one of these today before the end of the day. All right, next up we have Colton, and you are the youngest maze designer probably in Southern California or even the country. It's kind of a funny story how you got started at Castle Dark. You started last year and something happened and your family didn't even know this story, but you almost got arrested your first night or thrown out by security, what happened?
So I come from Cal State San Bernardino. One day I was kind of in class, I was kind of looking for a job, and I'm like, I always dreamed of being a scare actor, and I saw Castle Park was hiring, so I applied for Castle Dark, they got an audition, and then they actually put me on streets my first night. I put in the pre-show, I had the most fun night in my entire life, scare acting, going through everything, and then I find out a month later, when I actually joined the production team, that I almost got arrested.
Not arrested, but
It sounded
so
dark.
I'm always running around the park. So my assistant at the time was hiring people, didn't tell me he had added people to the streets, and I get this call from security and other scare actors like, there's this ugly clown running around the stage. So we were ready to get him. We thought he had snuck in, jumped a fence or something, and then as soon as we were about to approach him, my assistant stopped me and was like, yo, it's Colton. I was like, who's Colton? And yeah, that's how he got on the streets.
And after that, so that hot scene, about 2 months later, I joined production team being the creative designer.
And Joseph, you have a long history in the theme park arena and Halloween, so do you want to tell everybody where you started, what you've done?
Yeah, I actually started in 1994. Oh, wow.
And that's you right at the bottom in the all white down at the
Yeah,
bottom.
that's
right-hand
me.
section.
This is our family haunt. We started in 1994 in Monterey Park, which is known as the haunted house. My mom's birthday is right around Halloween, and my uncle. I was the scaredy cat of the family. I didn't like these things, and they took me to Knott's one year, and I was traumatized, and then I fell in love with it at the same time. But my family, we're all here, and they're all here in the audience. Love you guys all. You're all here. But our family is big on Halloween, and to this day we still play pranks and scare each other. So we did this from up to about high school, and as we grew up, our cousins, all the kids started joining in, and it became a tradition, a family tradition for us. And then I told my uncle, I want to do this for a living, and I ended up working for Disney for about 10 years, and Not Scary Farm, and then I made my way to Universal for 10 years, and ever since then, just been working on haunts non-stop. I even tried right after COVID. I was like, well, COVID, what am I going to do? And I ended up getting pulled into a mini golf event and creating that as well. And then one day, I happened to never been to Castle Park in my life. And someone told me, who's here in the audience, my good buddy Casey back there, told me, you should email this guy named Ken and tell him you're looking for a job in the haunt. I did. And thank you, Ken, for hiring me. So here we are. So. And now this is my 3rd year with Castle Dark. We started a rebranding of it and trying to up the event each year. We're going with our storylines and introducing new mazes, which you're going to hear about in just a bit.
And I forgot to mention that this is the 16th Castle Dark, right?
This is the 16th Castle Dark.
And also, we have to mention that the park will be turning 50 in 2026, right? So a lot of fun stuff coming.
The 50th anniversary is just around the corner for us. Lots of big plans. You'll be hearing about that soon.
Well, you all came for announcements, so we want to get started with that. Andrea's going to give us a little information on the merchandise and some of the food. There's some really good sounding food coming to the event. And the food at Castle Park is very good, by the way.
It
We
is.
all know how many tacos we ate last time we were there. So.
We eat there every day. But yeah, so we have some brand new merch for Castle Dark Scream 16 that we are very excited about. As you can see, we have all of our favorite creatures featured on the merch this year. And this is just a sneak peek. There's way more, but this is my personal favorite. All of the characters were hand-drawn, and I'm terrified, but I also want to wear it. And so, because we have brand new merch coming in this year, we are actually selling merch at our booth this year, right there in the lobby, for some pretty good prices, if I do say so myself. So definitely head over there and check it out. And we, for the first time ever, are going to be having a special merch store, which we'll hear about in just a bit. And then the food this year looks real good. So we do have a tasting card this year, which you can purchase at any of the food locations within the park, where you can try all of the delicious treats we have for you. And this year at Castle Dark, we have alcohol. Yeah, there we go. So you can try some witch's brew or zombie sangria. I personally, although I can't have it with the alcohol, the mango lemonade voodoo looks really good. And of course, some sweet options, some savory options. The funnel cake, guys, it's like a cup of dirt on funnel cake. Come on. So definitely, and we're going to be having some other items that are not listed on the tasting card that you can try. Which one of the really fun ones is going to be a margarita. I hear are pretty good. So the food is going to be delicious this year. So definitely something you don't want to miss out on.
All right. Well, now you want to hear about mazes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Colton is going to tell us about the first maze.
Yeah, we have a lot in store for mazes this year. We have 3 different mazes this year. I've created the design layouts for them, so anytime you walk a maze, so if you have a hallway, all of that, I've designed the layouts on that. So our first maze right here.
The Fun House of the Demented.
We have Funhouse of the Demented. A power outage has caused the correctional facility to shut down, and the clowns have now escaped running carnage around.
If you guys don't, I just want to say, if you probably don't know this, but that's the ugly clown. That's Colton. So, that's noted.
So you've had some clown mazes in the past at Castle Dark. What will make this one a little different?
So with this clown maze, we are reintroducing special effects in mazes. So when you guys walk around, you might feel some stuff, you might hear some stuff, just to surprise you.
And each member of the team has been tasked with a different maze. I know you're working on this one, but as you mentioned briefly, you actually designed all the layouts for the mazes. So all the actual layouts, you did yourself, correct?
Yes, so if you take a wrong turn, if you go down a hallway, you see a creepy long hallway, you can thank me for that one.
All right, our second maze, Joseph, you're going to tell us about.
All right, we're going to talk about this awesome experience called Seance coming to the park. I don't know if you can see a certain witch's hand in that image right there. Seance is going to be our second largest maze in the park now. And yes, you are going to participate in an actual seance with a Ouija board. Yeah, I know some of you are saying no, but it's going to be great. If you don't want to do it, you can just stand back. But you are going to participate in a seance to call upon the witch, and then you're going to face a pitch black maze with a candle, and that's all you're going to have to make your way through. And it is quite an experience, guys. It's going to be fun. Seance is also going to feature something very special at the end, because it does take place in a museum. And at the end of the museums, you always run into something. What's that going to be, Andre?
Merch. So there will be special merch that will only be sold in the Seance store. So you do have to conquer the Witch of the Forest to get the merch. So it's kind of like a sample sale. You'll be fine.
If you're afraid of the dark, this is definitely the maze you're going to want to go through. We tried it last year with our our night shift maze, and this is going to take it to the next level. So we're excited to throw you back in the dark. Castle Dark, you got to be in the dark.
Right, we're telling you a lot about what's coming, but there's going to be a surprise in there too that we don't want to give away.
We don't want to give away yet, but you'll find out when you're there.
All right, and the next maze, Labyrinth.
We're going to talk about Labyrinth. Labyrinth is our largest maze in the park. It's in the backside of the castle, and it is a full-on labyrinth hedge maze. And let me just tell you guys, I've looked at the designs and I'm like, oh man. Colton, why don't you tell us about that?
So for labyrinths, it's not going to be like a normal maze where you have just one walkthrough. For labyrinths, you can have multiple different ways you can walk through, so your experience will never be the same once you walk through it again. Even when I was designing it, was confusing myself with designing it.
Yeah, Labyrinth is definitely going to be something on a whole new level. We have gone to parks, you know, and we always maze, it's a maze, but you're not really in a maze. This time, you're going to be in a maze, and I guarantee you will get lost. Our awesome scenic designer, Jesse, is designing it to be the same. So every turn you make is going to look exactly the same. So good luck getting out.
And it's our largest maze ever.
And my first question was, will you be able to get through it really quickly and not experience the whole thing? And Colton said, absolutely not. You're going to be in there for a while.
It's going to be fun times ahead. And we have another surprise.
We do. So this year we are taking things into the future a little bit with a VR maze. So the Sinister Inn will be at Castle Dark this year. You can get a little preview if you head over to booth 1000. They are here today. And I can say it's terrifying. I didn't go through it. But I watched Colton do it. And he looked a little scared, which means it was probably really scary. I actually got to the front door of the inn and cried. So it's really good. But yeah, it will be an additional fee to go through Sinister Inn, but it's worth it. It is truly a 5D immersive experience. You're in the inn.
I highly recommend as Midsummer guests, you get to see it a sneak peek before the park, so you can literally see one of our event experiences before. It's in the back of Hall of Shadows. You see that at more vendors this way. Head back there, guys. You're gonna want to do it. It's quite an experience. I've never been so near. I don't like spiders. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't like spiders.
Yeah, so you'll be able to experience the Sinister Inn in its full effect at Castle Dark over to the left of our big top this year.
All right, we still have some more announcements, but we want to say we'll do a quick Q&A at the end, and then afterwards we have some tickets to give away. So you definitely want to stay to the very end.
We do some trivia.
Yeah. All right. That's not it. We've got shows, right?
We do have shows. Let's get into the first one.
Tea time with Lady Lou.
Lady Lou is, oh, she's here. Would you,
Do we need to stay?
she can give us the latest gossip.
Howdy, Midsummer Scream. How y'all doing tonight? Thank you so much for coming out. I'm so excited to be able to entertain and talk about the latest gossip going through the kingdom. I'll see y'all there.
Thank you, Lady Lou.
Do you want to expand on the show?
Yeah, Lady Lou's tea time is going to be in the midway of the park. She's just going to be hanging out, and she's going to be talking some gossip. There's a lot of gossip going on in the kingdom, and she's got it all for you. So if you want to hear the latest and have some good laughs, you're going to want to come by and stop by and say hi.
Lady Lou spills the tea.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
All right, and our next show is going to be in the big top. It is Countess Allura. Countess Allura recently became the queen of Castle Dark. Oh, she's coming her way upstairs. There you go. Come on up, Countess. And she's going to give us...
Hello everyone. Any vampires in the audience? Well, that's going to change once you come to my show. Me and my vampets would love to sink our fangs into you this season.
And you can actually get a sneak peek of the show. They're going to be on the show floor stage today at 1:45 and 5 o'clock, and tomorrow at 3 and 5 o'clock. So you can get a little sneak peek of the show.
And new this year also. We've got
Yeah, brand new and returning is going to be our Sliders of the Kingdom show. Very popular last year. I believe Lord Amethyst is here. Do you want to just get to come up? Okay. Lord Amethyst is the former king of Castle Dark, and he is in charge of all of our sliders. Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Sliders of the Kingdom. That's what the show will be. With that, there's trouble amongst two particular zones. There's clowns and there's knights. Who will triumph in this show between the two?
That's right, you're going to hear, folks. The Clown Sliders will be taking on the Knights of Darkland, so it's the first time we're going to have two zones battling it out in a slider show. Very exciting.
All right, and one more, I got ahead of myself. Brand new this year, Castle Dark After Dark.
This is where the fun's going to happen, folks. Castle Dark After Dark is going to be a brand new experience in the Big Top after Countess Allura is done with her shows. Once you're done with the mazes, you're going to come in the Big Top, you're going to grab some drinks, food, and you're going to attend a Halloween party. We're going to have dancing, we're going to have vampire dancers. Yeah, come hang out until closing.
And for those 21 and older?
Well, 21 and over to drink, but it is all ages to enter, yes.
All right. Any closing comments before we take questions from the audience? All right. I think Diego's back there. You want to put the lights back on for just a moment? Diego and Jonas are both back there. There we go. Does anybody have any questions? Questions? Yes?
So, for someone who's never been to Castle Dark before, and, for someone that's, been before, what would you recommend they do first?
So I am definitely going to say, the minute you're in the park, go straight to Labyrinth. Labyrinth's going to be the longest line. You're going to want to go to Labyrinth right away, and then head to Seance right after. That's going to be my first instructions.
Other questions? Yes?
For Labyrinth, you said that there's different areas. Are you going to run into other guests who are also lost in the Labyrinth?
So there's going to be like a time process system with it. It is very possible to run into other guests. You might just scare each other running into other guests. That's going to be real. But yes, there is one way in and one way out. And we'll give you an image once you enter the maze of what it looks like to get out. But yeah, we'll see how long it takes to get out.
Anyone else? Yes?
Going through the witch maze, do you get a candle? Do you have to play with the Ouija board? Because Mom told us never to do that.
Mom would be very angry with me. Thank you, bro, for bringing that up. You do not have to play with the Ouija board. It is part of the experience, but you don't have to. You can stand back. Every guest will be given a candle. I'm just gonna say it. No. Well, let's just hope your candle stays on through the maze. It's very possible you may run on it.
Oh, does it?
You are waking up the spirits. They like to play.
Anyone else? No other questions? Should we do trivia?
Yes, 3 4-packs of tickets to give away. So if you know the answer, do you want to just have them yell it out or raise their hands and ring?
Raise your hands. Raise your hands.
Oh, come on.
All right, you're watching? You're watching? All right. During the day when you visit Castle Park, they have a mascot. What is the name of the mascot? Who's first?
You come all the time.
I just wanted you to give the tickets to someone else.
Okay. We'll get it. Okay, right over here. Okay. Right there. Do?
Yeah!
Lady Lou is going to come on over.
Dragon!
Congratulations.
So if you have youngsters, Duke the Dragon does have right now a Saturday dance party, which is super fun.
Oh, if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, actually, if you guys do have kids, a little sneak peek, Daniel Tiger will be at Castle Park at the end of the month. Not very scary, but a little scary. And then during the day, during Castle Dark, if you guys want to spend the whole day with us, you're more than welcome to. We have our Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos event, which is super fun for kids. There's a trick-or-treat trail. Duke's there. He has a dance party. There's a little runway to show off your costume. So it's super fun, and you're welcome to come hang out during the day, eat in the Big Top, and then party at night as well.
All right, let's see. Question number 2. Let's see who's paying attention. What year did Castle Park open? In the back. I saw your hand go first.
1976.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Oh, this
Can I just say for the first question, because I'm there early in the morning with doing production stuff, I would have gotten that wrong because I would have said Kevin. For me too comes out later because I'm there so early.
Here we go again.
Fire alarms.
We're just gonna ignore it. Yeah, if you guys don't know, we have a pet peacock. His name is Kevin. He doesn't like the color pink.
And he will pose for you if you take a picture. He'll walk over and
He
yeah.
loves pictures.
All right, so we've got one more set, right? Let's see. I have another question.
What are the names of the mazes this year?
Oh, okay. Oh, I saw your hand right there.
Seance, Labyrinth, and I forgot the last one.
Oh, come on.
Oh, no, here.
Seance, Labyrinth,
It's about clowns.
Yes. Did you remember?
yes,
Okay.
one house,
Funhouse or the Demented?
We'll give it to him. We got Funhouse. We'll give it to him. Congrats.
Funhouse is the Demented. And
Oh,
then,
the dates, yeah.
yes, so we start September 20th. Very soon, less than 2 months away, and every Friday, Saturday, Sunday until October 27th.
Your merchandise booth is right out the door to the left, so make sure you check that out. The t-shirts, you've got pins, backpacks. We got a backpack yesterday. And Countess Aurora, 1:45 and 5 o'clock today on the stage in show floor, and tomorrow the times again? 3 and 5 tomorrow, so make sure you see them. And then the characters will be walking on today.
Yeah, say hi to our character guys. They're going to be at the booth all day. Tomorrow, Patty will be performing as the witch of the booth. You'll get the first snippet of the witch. It's an amazing costume. And then I want to give a big shout out to my production crew who is here. Shane, Jesse, you guys are amazing. Everything you guys do. Costume, scenic, couldn't do without them. Our crew is working hard. And then our construction crew coming in at 6 o'clock in the morning. And then our amazing techs, Jonas and Jose, you guys rock. I just want to say, guys, Castle Park, our team is where you get your start. So if you're young and you're looking to get into the industry, send us an email, guys. We are throwing you literally into this build and world of haunting, and if you just want to be a performer, we have more auditions coming up next Monday. So we have auditions from 5 to 10 p.m. if you're looking to join our team. But yeah, this is where we get our start, guys. It's, you know, you had your first mini golf game, your first ride. Castle Park is also known as having your first haunt. I will say, I've designed it in a way that I want you to feel like you're back at 1990s style of haunting. And it feels retro, and I love that about haunting. I love that feel that you have with traditional black light. And just turning off the lights, just throw everyone in there. All right?
I will say it's a fun event because it's very character driven. We love the mazes and everything, but the characters really make the event. So it's one of those events where you can go multiple times and just sit and watch the interaction between guests and characters and watch the shows and have some dinner. So highly recommend it. Anything else before we end? Socials, if anybody takes photos today, tag.
Yes,
Castle
please tag us, hashtag us. We love to reshare your content. And then one more fun sneak peek. If you need a break from the scare, you can get a cabana.
You can, that's right. Right outside Seance in our water park area, we're gonna have Halloween cabanas already. If you want to rent your own spot to hang out, take your drinks over and food, and have your own little lounge, you're definitely gonna be able to do that this year. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
And then last announcement, tickets are on sale now. So there's a QR code at our booth, or you can go to the website and go to the Castle Dark page. They will never be this low again. $34.99. Does not include mini golf, but if you need a break from the scares, again, the mini golf is a safe zone, as well as the arcade.
I think that's something we should say too. If you've never been to Castle Park, we have rides. We totally have rides and roller coasters, guys. So come on out. It's a lot of fun, guys. Like, you'll have a blast.
I highly recommend Dragon's Tower. It's very fun. And it is SoCal. Dragon's Tower. Yeah, it is SoCal. In October, it'll probably be hot. Sawmill Plunge. It's an outdoor log ride. You don't realize how small log rides are until you're outside.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm and stay in the immediate area. We're having alarm activation and are currently investigating. All precautions. The fire department has been notified. Please stand by for further instructions. Thank you.
Wow, okay, thank you.
This presentation was so engaging, nobody even got up.
Thank you guys. I think with that, we're at the end of it, because we all want to run to the Six Flags panel. I'm sure you all do too. But thank you guys so much for coming. Randy, thank you for hosting. Thank you for